Inspirational quotes from the book of Zohar. 60 breaths. VaYigash. Then Judah approached. 34 to 39. King David would sleep as a horse. He slept little. Thus how did he rise at midnight? After all, this measure of 60 breaths of the horse's sleep is little, and he would not rise even at a third of the night. However, when the night came, he would sit with all the great ones of his house, and he would sentence judgments and engage in words of Torah. This means that he did not go to sleep in the beginning of the night, but close to midnight. Afterwards, he would sleep his sleep until midnight, rise at midnight, awaken, and engage in the work of his master, in song and in praise. King David lives and exists forever and ever. King David kept himself all his life from tasting the taste of death, since sleep is one part of 60 of death. And David, because of his place, which is alive, slept only 60 breaths, since he lived only through 60 breaths, minus one. And from there on, man tastes the taste of death, and the sight of the spirit of impurity governs him. This is why King David kept himself from tasting the taste of death and from being governed by the sight of the other spirit. This is because 60 breaths minus one means that the life above, up to 60 breaths, are 60 high breaths, and life depends on them. And from there down, it is death. This is why the King David was measuring the night until midnight, so he would remain alive, and the taste of death would not govern him. And when half the night was through, David would exist in his place, in his degree, living and existing, since he had woken up from his sleep and sang and praised. This is so because when he awoke at midnight and the holy kettle, the Nukva, awakened, it must not find David connected to another place of death. When half of the night was through and the upper holiness awakened, if a person who sleeps in his bed does not rise from his sleep to observe the glory of his master, by that he connects to death and clings to another place, to the Sitra Achra. This is why King David would always rise at midnight to observe the glory of his master, living in a living, and he would not sleep and slumber to the point of tasting the taste of death. This is the reason why he would sleep as a horse, 60 breaths, but not in completeness, for they lacked one. Sleeping means shutting of the eyes, meaning the mocha. This is as one who is lying mindlessly with his eyes shut. Its root extends from the domination of the illumination of of the left line, Chokhmah, when it is in dispute with the right line, Hasadim, where because of Chokhmah cannot shine without Hasadim, the Mochim are blocked out. Awakening from sleep extends from the middle line, since the state of sleep continues until the ascent of the middle line with the Masach B'Chiyik end. This is the point of Manula, lack, which diminishes the left line and includes in it the right, when Chokhmah in the left is included in Chasadim in the right. At that time, the Mochim open and the Chokhmah can shine.